All right, welcome to Food Network Kitchen, everybody. I am Robert Bleifer. One of the most exciting things about being in Food Network Kitchen is we're here in New York City. So many great chefs, so many of our show hosts often pop through. Today, we have a crazy exception to the extraordinary things that happen here. We have the cast of Hamilton, the Broadway show that is certainly the hottest ticket in the country right now. The entire cast of Hamilton coming in for a lunch today. The menu on the wall behind me, we have some great nods to the history of Hamilton himself. A couple of the menu items, the capon in particular and the dessert throw back to a dinner that Hamilton had with Thomas Jefferson and some other luminaries. And that dinner featured the stuffed capon with artichokes and chestnuts and truffles. Well, you know, we're keeping it a little more low budget, no truffles today. And instead of stuffing it to make it easier service, we're doing some glazed artichokes and the chestnuts alongside. Really super delicious dish and a big throwback. And the dessert, everybody back then was completely wowed. First, Thomas Jefferson was apparently the best host ever. But he did this dessert that used to floor everybody, that it was ice cream stuffed into this dessert shell. So we figured that's kind of like a profiterole, and profiteroles are blowing up all over the internet today. So we're featuring profiteroles with the classic chocolate sauce. We have 3 ice creams going in there. We have vanilla. Hamilton apparently was a lover of coffee, and a lot of the coffee grown in the Caribbean. So we have a coffee ice cream in there. And then we have a caramel black pepper just to be a little more new, cutting edge, and exciting. So 3 flavors of ice cream in the profiteroles. When they come in, we have some great bites. We have some grilled oysters, kind of going a little, not exactly Creole on there, but throwing back to his Caribbean roots. So we have some oysters, we have some great seasonal bruschetta with some winter squash and pepitas and some sage, doing all the flavors of the season. Then we'll give everybody a simple salad because it's after the holidays. We need to lighten up, and these are Broadway actors. We need to keep them fit and healthy there. And then the entree, I mentioned the capons. Then we have stuffed Arctic char with some herbs and some leeks in there. So a really fun meal. And then big historical nod. We have a switchel, which was an early American drink. Actually has vinegar and sugar. Usually it was either maple or honey, sometimes even both. And again, thrown into the Caribbean roots. We loaded this one up with ginger, topped with a little soda in there. Really refreshing, great alternative to alcohol, especially some of us may or may not have imbibed a little too much a couple of nights ago. So switchel, really delicious. I'll have a sip now. That's really good. So the star of the show here, part of our entree, Richmond's working furiously. We have our capons here, especially when we get into big birds. If you don't know, a capon is a chicken that had a little castration thing going on in its early days, and it kind of puffs up to be about a 10-pound bird. We want to make sure the white meat and the dark meat cook perfectly, so we actually broke the bird down. Breasts, we'll cook the breast meat separate from the dark meat. Beautiful bed of herbs to kind of flavor it. So Richmond's about to get these in the oven. He's working furiously over here. We'll get out of his way to let things go. And say hi, Rich, you're live.
Hi.
So getting them all seasoned up over there. No tricks, nothing exciting. A little butter, oil brush to keep them moist and let the herbs and seasonings stick on there. So that's what's going on there. Coming back over here, another accompaniment to the entree. We have a rye berry salad. That's my little wink and nod again to colonial times. Rye was the alcohol, the whiskey of choice. We're not serving a lot of alcohol today, so I thought a rye berry salad would be great. We're going to get some celery, some scallions, some coarsely chopped parsley, and some dried cranberries in there to kind of perk it up, have it be really delicious. Maybe even a little sherry vinaigrette. So that'll be coming up as part of our entree. Let's see what else we can show you in here today. And of course, a meal like this, lots and lots of dishes. We're going family style, so there's a big choreography of things. Our waiters are getting the room set up, so we've got literally, I think it's 48 bowls and platters that are going to be hitting the table. Our crostini, sorry, it's not a very pretty state right now. We have some beautiful diced sauteed apples that Vinny did earlier. Those are going to go on top of a butternut squash puree and our toasted pepitas. Working back over there, we've got, I'll get ahead of you here, we have some beautiful fingerling potatoes that have some garlic, some rosemary, and just a little bit of olive oil. These will get salt and pepper, head on into the oven in just a couple of minutes here. Sorry, I'm pulling it right out of frame there. And then my busy work that I still have left to do, we're serving, when they walk in the door, we're going to have some charcuterie. So we have cured meats from a great spot here in New York City. I'll have to ask Kate, am I allowed to say where our cured meat is from, Kate, or do we not give that kind of endorsement? What do you think? She's laughing at me. I won't say where it's from, but we have some great cured meat. We have a little bread basket, and then our cheese platter. We've got some great cheeses, kind of mixing it up. If you guys are building cheese platters for any meal, you always want to think about a nice firm cheese, a softer cheese, and if you're into it, a blue cheese, so you get different flavors and textures. Get some dried fruit on there to make it pretty and it tastes good. And then we went even with a little quince paste, also known as membrillo, that sweet, salty, sharp combination. Really a delicious way to enjoy cheese, and it just sure is really great eye candy. And then we have a little star. We have a star cheese. This is so runny that it comes with kind of a solid little bamboo side or wooden side woven in there, and if you took it off, it would just run all over the place. So anyone who loves that super rich triple creme runny kind of cheese, that's your thing. We'll let that one have a little board of its own. And I'm going to fill some bread baskets and start building some charcuterie platters while you guys are here. So I may be looking down a little too much instead of at you. If you guys have any questions about holiday entertaining, by all means, hit me with it. And also thinking about building charcuterie platters, just like with cheese, where you want to mix up the textures of cheeses with charcuterie. You want to mix up the spicier, the sweeter, so to speak. So today we have a few different styles we'll be getting out here. We have a hot sopressata, and yes, I sampled these earlier just to make sure, good quality control, and they are so delicious. So we have a hot sopressata, we have a sweet sopressata, so even though it's similar size and shape meats, we get the nice different flavors in there. We also have some prosciutto hiding on the back there. We'll swing that around. And then this one place here in New York City that cures their own meat, they are famous for a wild boar sopressata. Super, super delicious. So we'll get some platters working here. We have these fun slate boards. These are actually left over from Iron Chef. They replace some platters, and we get some really fun leftovers. So we'll just get these building here. And again, I will say, while we do a lot of entertaining here in Food Network Kitchen, an event like this where we have the cast of Hamilton coming in is far, far, far from the ordinary. We're all pretty excited. I have to confess, I haven't seen the show yet. Tickets are a little beyond my price range, but I'm hoping maybe some point soon, maybe after the holidays, tickets will be a little more accessible. But the soundtrack's great. Looking forward to having them here. It's a pretty exciting day for us. It was also, I have to say, a lot of fun doing a little historical research into food that Hamilton himself loved and was exposed to, starting with his humble origins and then, certainly moving way, way up in life. So it was fun doing that research.
People want to know how you eat the runny cheese.
How you eat the runny cheese. We do have a lovely kind of palette knife on there, and we'll have the different breads on there. So just a nice smear onto your bread certainly is all you need, but if you want to then sort of play into it and take it to other levels, you can do a little sliver of the membrillo on your bread with it, or grab a little bit of the dried fruit. But a cheese like that, certainly on its own, is just a little bit of heaven. I don't know where Vinny is right now. I should get Vinny talking about the cheese. Vinny actually studied under a cheese master at some point. The backgrounds of everyone here in Food Network is really amazing. So Vinny is our cheese guy. Anytime I need help building a cheese board, other than some obvious favorites I'll throw on there. I'm always running to get Vinny's help on there. So again, if you guys have any other questions, by all means, please keep peppering me with a few questions. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep building away here. So Kate, what was the verdict? Can I say where this stuff is from, or should I not?
For it.
Yeah, so our cured meats are from Salimeria Bielese here in New York City. They do all their curing in-house. Fresh bread basket delivery here. Can clean things up a little bit. So Salimeria Bielese, they do some great stuff. We're excited when we get to feature New York City products. That's always exciting to me. And their stuff is really great, especially that wild boar salami or soppressata is just so delicious and something a little more out of the ordinary. I always feel like that brings us a little more to kind of those colonial times where a lot of your meat may have come from actual hunting expeditions. So I kind of feel like it's a good choice for today. And I know we're getting really close to the time the cast will be arriving. So I'm going to start to wrap up. If you guys have any last questions, now is your chance.
What's your favorite Hamilton song?
Wow, my favorite Hamilton song. Again, having not seen it, I'm not familiar enough with the soundtrack to throw a favorite. I should hit Lauren up over there. Lauren, what's your favorite song?
Don't throw away your shot. What you're doing right now.
Don't throw away the shot? What? I'm missing her there. I can't hear what she's saying.
How many people are you feeding today?
So we have 30 guests coming in today, so it's a big crowd, a little bigger than normal. We normally don't have rental tables in here. We have a gorgeous hardwood reclaimed table that was once bowling alley oak that is now a gorgeous table. But to feed 30, we're going a little outside of our normal comfort zone, which is why if you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in. We were live here in Food Network Kitchen. I'm Robert Bleifer. Cast of Hamilton coming soon. Take care, everybody.